Hello, my name is Darren and I am the brain behind the camera. I do the interviews with Clara and we do all the talking.
Hello, my name is Clara and I do the interviews with Darren and I do all the talking.
And I am Andrew. I am the cameraman. I don't do much except hold the camera.
I am Charlotte and I am the researcher. I wrote the entire questions that have been asked.
We are all the editors because we all took part in editing, but most of the editing was by Andrew.
We interviewed Mrs. Fettis, Miss Fraser, Miss Meldrum, Mr. Mead, Mr. Burgess, Mr. Gator, Ellie Simpson and Andy Croft. That is 5 teachers, 2 pupils and 1 head teacher. We have some research from The Guardian.
Researchers have examined teenagers' mobile phones use and their subsequent changes in well-being over 4 years of high school.
International researchers find out that about 80% of young people have access to a mobile phone.
Teachers have observed the pupils who go to the school, and she had noticed her pupils coming into the classroom tired.
Scientists say if you find your son or daughter more moody or not coping at school, you often put them down to adolescence, but it could be as simple as them not sleeping at night.
Students in Year 8 reported higher levels of nighttime mobile phone use, also reported higher level of depressed mood and externalizing behaviour and lower self-esteem.
A few teenagers indicated that they never use their phones after lights out.
Teenagers constantly texting in the night, said when surveyed a year later, the problem had worsened.
Some kids are staying up till 3 a.m. Teenagers need 8 to 10 hours of sleep for healthy development.
Phones distribute sleep in 2 ways, with bright light from screen distribution, natural circadian rhythms and message received before sleep spiking cognitive and emotional, Arthur said Veron.
What is your views on phones being banned in school?
Right, well, I think phones should be used to a certain extent when, for example, in the art department, there can sometimes be limited computers. So if pupils want to look up an image or do a little bit of research on their phone, then I think that is a good use for mobile phones.
Do you think their social life is deteriorating?
Yeah, I think pupils don't communicate as well as they did. They're reliant on writing to each other rather than speaking to each other, and sometimes what's written down is taken the wrong way. So the communication between young people is definitely, in my view, getting worse.
Who do you think will agree on your view? Who do you think will agree on your view?
Well, obviously other teachers. But apart from that, I think if you're working in the group, say in drama, which we do an awful lot, agreed, and you're trying to get on something done which should be productive, and 2 or 3 people who are just using social media, it's going to start getting you really annoy you. If you're doing a job and you're working within the group and someone's doing that all the time, you'd end up getting a sack.
Do you think their social life is deteriorating?
I think social life is just simply changing, and I think what we have to do is learn to use phones responsibly, learn to use apps properly to get the best out of the phones, because phones aren't going to go away. We need to learn how to use them properly so that everyone can live together in harmony at TGS as a community.
Do you think it'll help if phones are banned?
I mean, at the moment, with the misuse of the mobiles, I think certainly if we ban the mobiles, that would certainly help the pupils first. What I think we should do is we should ban them for a certain time until actually pupils are able to be in a classroom without using them. And when they're used to that, then we can just reintroduce mobiles, okay? But for real educational purposes this time.
Who do you think will agree on your view?
A lot of my social circle have the same opinions.
How do you think phones are affecting pupils?
Well, I think that phones are mainly used for social media and keeping in contact with family, so that's a positive thing.
Do you think their social life is deteriorating?
No, I don't think so. If anything, it's thriving.
Do you think it will help pupils?
No, because people could look up stuff on their phone.
How often are phones used in class?
Not that often.
What is your views on phones being banned in school?
I think banning phones in classrooms would be a good idea. I don't think phones need to be banned in the corridors and in the canteens, but certainly I think phones should be banned in the classroom. They're talking about doing that in the government are talking about doing that, and I think it would be a good idea because all the pupils and all the staff would know where they stood with the phones.
Do you think it will help pupils?
I think it will help pupils because pupils, when they join the real world and get a job, it's unlikely that they'll be allowed to look at their phone all day when they're busy working.
What is your views on phones being banned in school?
I don't think it's a good idea because I think that it's good for people to have their phones with them for socialising outside of the classroom, and sometimes in the classroom you can use your phones for doing things with technology and stuff like that, but they have to be used sensibly.
But seeing you